Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. First of all, I'm really thankful to each one of you who has actually subscribed to my channel and made this journey possible for me that today I have completed 1000 subscribers to my channel. So I just wanted to share a short story with you all that what made me actually come through this platform and to reach each one of you. So when I started my CMA journey, I was equally new like you. I had no family member of mine. I had none of my friends who were pursuing this course. So it was completely new thing for me. So I always knew that somehow CA is something that I don't want to do. CS is something which is more theory oriented, and I am not that person. So probably that is also not for me. So I was always struggling that once you clear your 12th, you are waiting for your board's results. So there is always that thought that what should I make the best out of my life? What should I choose? And things of such sort. So with CMA, it was more costing oriented. It was more cost audit oriented. So as a as a fresher, these all things inspire you a lot, which was the same case for me. But once I started that journey, it was so difficult for me because at one point of time I've actually given up. I was like, I don't want to pursue this. It is too time consuming. I would rather invest my time in something else. And I kept on looking for other options as well, which actually made me introduced to yoga. And that is how I also started pursuing my masters in yoga therapy while I was already into a final level of the CMA. So with this thought, this thing came in me that there are so many people like me who might not be knowing anything, or probably they might not be having any contacts to whom they can go and ask their queries to, ask their doubts to. So with this thought, I had put my first video a month back, and it became such a success that made me realize that yes, there are people who are still like me, who still want to know what things are going on and how things are affecting. So that journey of not knowing anything, and today that I'm standing here and been there, done that kind of situation, and I just want to share my experiences with you, that it should also be helpful for you all in this journey. Because few things you realize later in your life, and then you think that I would have done that, I would have done this. So with this kind of mental setup, two most important questions that people kept on asking in my comment section was, does number of attempt matter? My dear friends, this is completely diplomatic. So when I say diplomatic, it means that yes, number of attempts do matter, no, number of attempts do not matter. So in my case, I was lucky enough that I cleared my inter in one go, I cleared my final in one go, and both the sittings together. So in that case, ITC shortlisted me in first go, and that was the first company that I gave interview, and I got selected. But there were friends of mine who were second attempt, even third attempt, yet they got selected. And so that was one thing that people giving a single attempt also getting shortlisted, people getting number of attempts are also getting shortlisted. So this question still remains very unclear that what exactly is true. But seeing the current scenario, seeing the number of competition that has increased, seeing the number of people who are getting enrolled in this professional course, we know that at the end number of attempts do matter. Why I'm saying that is because as the number of students are increasing, similarly various companies that are coming for campus placement have become very smart. They have started adding different eligibility criteria, and they keep on changing for every 6 months. So you can't even think that, for example, let's say Nestle comes, and we know that Nestle shortlists people who are having good marks in their costing. So it's very simple for them to reject people who does not have marks more than 55 or more than 60 in costing subject. Similarly, there are other companies, whoever is core costing related, core manufacturing domain, core service industry, they have their own eligibility criteria. So you cannot say that for which company number of attempts matter, for which company number of attempts does not matter. For example, companies who come for a bulk placement as in Accenture, they are hiring all genres of people. They are not even considering the age group. They are not even considering the number of attempts. Obviously people who are extraordinary, they do get advantage, but people who are just following their own own hierarchy of how to clear from level 1, 2 and 3, they are also getting placed. So number of attempts do not matter, but my advice to you is, why do you want to increase the number of attempts? If you know that you are not prepared for this particular attempt, if you're preparing for both the groups, give one group, but at least give that group. And if you think that you have prepared enough, that your all the 8 subjects are done and you can give this in one attempt, please go ahead, because you never know which group is compensating your which group, and eventually you come out with flying colors that you have cleared your inter level or the final level. So in that way, whenever you are preparing, so that's my request to everybody who is into the foundation, who is into the intermediate, who is into the final, why you want to give number of attempts? If now you have the time, if you still think that December is your next attempt, so you have complete 6 months of time with yourself, so you should not waste each any percent of your day in any other things. COVID being the best time period for all those who are studying. So people who are looking for industry change, for example, if you are into service industry, you are looking for a switch within the service industry, or if you are looking for different industries, if you are working in service and now you want to go into manufacturing industry, then again this is the right time, because in this particular time you can again focus on the things that are required for an industry switch. For example, you are a core finance person and you want a knowledge and you want an exposure in a taxation field. So now is the time. Study the changes in the taxation, study the upcoming, study the budget, study different kind of amendments that are there, and improvise your knowledge. There are so many online courses that even that our own institute is doing. You can enroll in those courses and improvise your knowledge for a better switch, because that will not only help you to increase your package, but it will also help you to enhance your knowledge. So you can keep on working on your educational skills as well. Then talking about the second question that people do ask is, does age matters? So my dear friends, this is again a very subjective one. People who know at a very early stage what they want to do, they keep on doing that, and then they reach to the final destination at a very early age. But then there are people, because that in our degree there are people who are also getting enrolled after their graduation. So that means that after their 12, they have already invested 3 years of their life in graduation, and then they are entering into a professional course, where if you talk about the exact step by step things that they have done, it's like they have completed their 10+2, they have completed their graduation, and now they are getting into professional degree. And if completed within the time of 4 years, it is going to be a good 7 years of span. So you can easily calculate that the age groups come automatically around 22 to 25. But so many people in my comment section, they have said that I'm 28 years old, I'm 32 years old, I'm married, I have a family. Does all these things matter a lot? So in interviews, especially during HR rounds, they ask you that, do you have any problem in traveling, or if we post you to a non-metro city, or if you're a North Indian, they ask you that, is it okay if we are going to post you in South India, because that there is a lot of cultural changes. So in that way, you have to be very focused that are you actually willing to do that? If not, then probably campus placement is not meant for you. But if you're okay with the traveling thing, and if you feel like that, yes, job opportunity is something that you're looking for, and if the company is offering you that, it's a good to go thing for you. So in that way, it becomes helpful for you. Again, there are people who say that I'm 35 years of age and I have, after 10 years of work ex, I just got this professional course and I completed that. So will I get placed in the placement cell? So for them, my answer is that our placement cell does not offer you a package on a, on your past qualification or on any other parameter. They are strictly looking for people who are freshly qualified, who have 2 to 3 years of work experience probably, but people who are 10 years of work ex and they want a grand switch in terms of their salary, then probably this is not the place for you, because in campus placement people come with a fixed agenda, fixed objective, fixed salary bracket, and they don't go beyond that. Again, exceptional cases are there, seeing the caliber of the candidate, seeing the changes that that person can bring into their industry. Yes, they are given higher package also. So you have to analyze a lot many things, whether your existing package is less than 6 and you think that after completing CMA it will help you to get a package of 10 or let's say 12, then why not go ahead with that? Because professional degrees any which way will not be giving you much in initial years once you complete that, but post working 2-3 years of your qualification, it is definitely going to give you good return. So it doesn't matter whatever age group you are, whenever you think that now is the time for me, start. So my piece of advice for everybody who are watching this video and they think that I have completed 3 attempts and she's talking like that, so I'm just motivating you in a way that even if you have given 3 attempts, try your best that you get a rank this time, because only a good thing can compensate a bad thing. So every time you go for an interview, you are definitely going to ask by any HR of any company that why it took you so long to complete this degree. You would have chosen some other course which would have got completed in 2 years. Why only this? So in that way, you have to be very, very smart enough to tackle that question. And this was a question I was asked in ITC, because the person who was taking the interview, he asked me that why is there gap between your final between your inter and final. So during my time people told me that work experience is important, so obviously I had nobody to ask that. I did work for 2 years, and post 2 years of working in Genpact, I completed my finals and I got in with the ITC brand. So there I could answer them, and I answered them the same thing, that initially I didn't know that even as a fresher you will get placed. So I really wanted to be on the correct side, and I wanted to be work ex while going to a big brand. So then they were like quite impressed that okay, she's actually saying the truth. So that was all considered. So that is why even I am sharing that experience with you. So I'll be coming up with more videos covering more of your queries. Till then, take care, study hard, work hard, and it will going to give you good results. Thanks a lot.